Chairman of Al-Rabiqa Mosque, Mr. Sadeh Osman, and leaders of the mosque, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. I was not supposed to make a speech originally according to the plan, because I thought I'd just come here and we meet all of you, wish all of you, and then have something nice to eat. The food and drinks here are always wonderful. But Mr. Saleh decided that I must work for my breakfast. So I asked me to say a few words. So sorry that this is impromptu, so I don't have a slides, don't have the interpretation for all of you, so I just speak very sincerely from my heart. So allow me to firstly wish all our Malay and Muslim friends Selamat Hari Raya Idul Fitri. I'm still in Hari Raya mode, that's why I'm in this house. So I'm very happy to be back again to this very distinguished mosque again within a month. I was here just a couple of weeks ago, just before Hari Raya. I'm very happy to come back here again, because to me, this is a very familiar place that I've been here in the last 9 years, every year, and I have a lot of old friends and good friends here. So whenever I come back here, I feel very, very welcome, warm, and very happy. And this year, we're celebrating two very important years. One is the Singapore Golden Jubilee, that is our nation building of 50 years. The other one, of course, is the 30th anniversary of our mosque, Masjid Al-Rabiqa. So we have altogether 80 years of celebrations, 50 plus 30. So it's a very, very rare and a good occasion to celebrate double happiness together. And in Singapore, everything works. And one important thing is that we never grow old, but we grow more senior, just like Mr. Saleh just now. He was 25 years old in 1973, assuming the assistant secretary position. He was a youth then. Today, he's the chairman of the mosque. No longer 25 years old, but is still considered a senior youth. Still youth. That's why I say in Singapore, we never grow old, but we just grow to become more senior. And just in case people don't quite know, in Singapore, those who are 65 years this year, 1 in 2 will live up to 80 years old. This one we know, because our average lifespan is actually 82 years old. But what people do not know is 1 in 3 in Singapore will live up to 90 years old. So going forward, those who are 65 years old, 1/3 will live up to 90 years old. And just in case we do not know still, in Singapore, right now we have 1,000 Singaporeans who are older than 100 years old. Just now we saw one, Majid, who was 101 year old, right? We have 1,000 in Singapore right now. Going forward, I think we're going to have more.
Yeah.
So those who are below 30 years old this year, going forward when we celebrate SG 100, you will still be around. You will be the pioneers then. 50 years later, you will be 80 years old. You will still be around in Singapore to celebrate SG 100. So actually, looking at this age now, when you are still under 30 years old, you actually should look at yourself, not just as a youth, but you should look at yourself as new pioneers. You are going to build Singapore in the next 50 years. So by the time we reach SG 100, you will be the pioneers at that time. But your journey actually starts from now. So I'm very happy to see the programs, the video montage, and also learn from the speech of Chairman Sadil that talk about volunteerism, talk about the service to the community, to the society, and enlarging this perspective at the national level. I think it is also important that you try to find opportunities to do something useful. So that comes SG 100, you have a lot to celebrate. Because at that time, you will be like our current batch of pioneers, where they have contributed their time, efforts to the country, to the people. And it's time for them to take a back seat, to pass on the baton to the next generation. And I have every confidence that you, all of you, the young people, will fly the Singapore flag high comes the next 50 years. Just like our pioneers in the 50 years ago, who actually built this nation, developed this nation to what it is today. And 50 years ago, we had very little. We almost had nothing in our possession. But then 50 years later, we have the world's best airport, best seaport, best workforce, and many other things that are world class. These are attributed to the good work and the hard work, by people such as Chairman Sadil Osman and his generation of pioneers. They had a vision, they have the determination, and they have the conviction to make Singapore work, to make it successful. And now, all our young people are better educated. We have a lot more that we can contribute. And we are also very, very internet savvy. We are technologically very advanced. All of our young people here, you can actually travel the world just by your fingertips, working on the iPhone, iPad, and all that. This was never possible 50 years ago. We never traveled. The first time I traveled overseas was when I was 19 years old, serving NS, taking a plane from Singapore to Taiwan to do training. That was the first time. But nowadays, our young people travel at very young age. Why? Because the pioneer generation they have worked a lot for us. So we shall always run the marathon to make Singapore a better place, a more heartwarming home for all of us. And whether we can celebrate SG 100 like what we are today, celebrating SG 50 in a very joyous, very upbeat mood, will depend on everybody, not just the young people. I do not want to burden you with the single responsibility of building Singapore. You will be the pioneers, charging in front. All of us, the senior youth, will be supporting you from behind, and together we work hand in hand, and I am very confident that we will make Singapore a better place in times to come. And I know I have spoken a lot because the very young and charming MC actually told me just to say a few words, but I think I have already said more than just a few words. I have said many, many words. So on this note, I would like to just once again express my most sincere appreciation to our leaders and also members of the mosque for having me here this morning and giving me the opportunity of saying hello to all of you. And may I take this opportunity to wish all of you happiness, prosperity, good health, and then have a long Jubilee weekend to celebrate National Day. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sentan. Oh, by the way, there is this interesting fact that in Singapore, actually, I find out that the youth age range in Singapore is actually 35, 15 to 35. So, if you are less than 35, awak masih belia lagi boleh consider belia lah. Ini stated in the National Youth Council Singapore. Just interesting fact, ada orang macam lepas 20 tahun terus dah tua kan, 35 and below still belia. Okay, so next I will now call upon the Nurabita Youth to take their pledge.
Syarul. Kurang sebelah. Sorry,
The Youth Pledge. We, Noravita Youth, pledge to serve the mosque and community to the best of our ability. We will be ambassadors of Islam to the larger society by reflecting gracious Muslim personality. We will be positive agents of change, striving for continued excellence in our services. We will nurture a righteous responsibility and respected generation who are adaptable to future